What we're going to be talking about today is the numerator and a denominator. Before we do that, let's review what a fraction is. When an object is divided into a number of equal parts, and equal means all sides are the same, then each part is called a fraction. When we talk about the numerator and denominator, the video you have just watched talked about the numerator being the number on the top, or the new number, the number that you're talking about. The denominator is the number on the bottom of the fractional line, and the denominator, if you remember in the video, talked about down. It's the number on the bottom, and that's the total parts that you're looking at. The denominator says how many equal parts are in the whole object. So if you're looking at this circle, the whole circle has 2 parts. 2 is the denominator. How many equal parts are there in this shape? 1, 2, 3, 4 different shapes make up the whole rectangle. So what is the denominator for this fraction? If you said 4, you were correct. Now let's find the denominators of these fractions. In this circle, how many pieces make up the whole? What's the denominator? If you said 4, you were correct. Out of this triangle, how many pieces make up the whole? The denominator would be what? If you said 3, you were correct. In this shape down here, what would the denominator be that would make up this fraction? If you said 2, you were correct. And the last one, if you're looking at all of these the same equal shapes that make up this big rectangle, how many whole shapes make up that whole rectangle? The denominator would be, if you said 8, you were correct. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shapes that make up that rectangle. Draw what you think these fractions would look like. Now on the scrap paper in front of you, I would like you to draw 1, 6. So you need to draw a shape that has 6 parts, and then you need to color in one of them. Do that for each of these fractions. Go ahead and pause this video so you can get some practice. All right, so if the number at the bottom of the fraction tells us how many pieces are whole, make up the whole, then what do you think the number on the top would be? The number on the top is called the numerator, the number that's never, with the N, never under, always on the top. And that shows how many parts are in the fraction. It's the number you're talking about. So out of this shape, there are 2 parts, which is our denominator, but we're only talking about the one part that's colored. So 1 goes on the top. How many equal parts are colored in this shape? Well, we know that there's 4 altogether because that's our denominator. But now they want us to talk about the colored shape. So there's 1, 2, 3. The numerator of this fraction would be 3. Let's find the numerator for these fractions. Out of the 4 shapes total, how many are colored in? If you said 3, that is correct. Out of this whole shape, there are 3 altogether, which is our denominator. What would the numerator be? If you said 2, you were correct. 1, 2. There are 8 total shapes in this picture. How many are colored in? What is our numerator? If you said 1, You were correct. There's the 1. And the last shape, again, there are 8 total, which is our denominator. What will our numerator be? If you said 5, you were correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good job. Draw what you think these fractions would look like. So go ahead, take a second, pause the video, grab that scrap paper that's in front of you, and draw a shape that has 6 total pieces and then color in 2 of them. Draw a shape that has 3 equal pieces and then color in the 1. And then go ahead and do them for the last 2 fractions as well. Pause the video so you can get some practice. So the number on the top of the fraction tells us how many pieces we're talking about. The numerator tells us the number of pieces we're talking about. The denominator tells us how many are all together, the total number of pieces in the whole. Find the fraction for these shapes. Again, go ahead and take that scrap paper and tell me what the numerator and the denominator would be. After you finish with these 4 problems, I want you to go ahead to our Edmodo page and enter in your answers. So for this first one, I would like to know the numerator and the denominator of this shape. For the second, third, and fourth, and that's how you're going to number them on our Edmodo page. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I want you to submit it to me. Thank you. Good luck.